With your experience in the other gyms, how would you compare the layout and the spaciousness and the variety of equipment that we have within TriFit to some of the other gyms you've been to?
I don't think I'll make a comparison. I won't. First, the place is clinically clean, which I love. I've come at different times when there are heavy classes and a lot of people in the gym, but I've never found it dirty. Karachi is not an easy city, so it's a tough job.
Have you had any encounters with any of our personal trainers and signed up with any of them, or what is your overall on personal training as a whole?
Robyn, I would love some personal training. However, I really want to tell people, if they are starting their weightlifting strength training journey, please don't do it alone. Make sure you have a personal trainer who introduces you to all the machines, so you know the right posture. You don't end up hurting your joints, your elbows, your knees. And don't underestimate the power of someone who has knowledge of the subject.
What's been your heaviest so far?
I can't tell you that. I'm keeping everything really closely monitored till I achieve these goals. Then I'm going to start posting them as well.
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Tribe Studio. I'll be hosting today's episode. I'm Robyn Bond, the head of group exercise here at TriFit. And today we have a guest with us, Miss Ayesha, who just happens to be an actress, so a celebrity member with us here at TriFit. Welcome, Ayesha.
Thank you, Robyn.
So Ayesha, could you just tell us a little bit more about yourself before we dive into all our questions?
So I am an actor, and let's say I love coming to the gym more than anything else. That's one thing that keeps my sanity. I have a 12-hour workday when I start shooting, so it gets really tough. But I still somehow manage to incorporate my workout before I head to work. So I'm an actor. I have written a little bit for TV, and yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's really impressive. A 12-hour working day. I can totally relate to that. So what was it in your career field or in your day-to-day lifestyle that brought you to TriFit specifically? So I've always liked to stay active, mobile, let's say, because I feel like it keeps me sane, it keeps me mentally together. And the idea was never to lose weight, the idea was to stay fit. And I was going to another gym before TriFit, and had been going there for the last, I think, 7-8 years when it started out, then it shut down. And then I went on a hunt to find a gym that I liked, that was suitable. And I ended up at TriFit, and I love it here. And you're here at the CV branch, or which of the 3 branches do you prefer?
CV branch. I haven't been to any other.
Okay.
I came here and I stayed here.
Okay, fantastic. So this is your home, hopefully forever. And hopefully you found your spot. So at TriFit, I don't know, just to give you a little bit of background if you don't know this already, it actually stands for something. So T stands for tribe, R stands for results, and I stands for innovation. And then obviously FIT stands for mental and physical wellness and fitness. So how would you say you've experienced this on a personal level with us here at TriFit? Let's start with tribe.
Okay, so I was a little hesitant coming to a segregated gym because I've never been to one before in Karachi. And so I was a little hesitant because I'm used to training in a gym with men as well. So my biggest thing was, how am I going to lift these heavy weights from the racks myself?
I can relate.
And so when you train with men, somebody or the other will always end up helping you, or the trainer will come and do that. So I realized that I can do all these things myself. It sort of made me a little more independent.
Okay.
Then the trainers and the helpers here are really sweet. If they see you struggling, somebody will come running to you to help you lift the weights or to help you rack the weights. And
so you'd say you found your sense of tribe through the staff and the trainers mostly?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's amazing. And from a results point, have you achieved any fitness benchmarks since your time with us?
I'm on my way to do some pull-ups. The idea was by the end of this year, I
if nothing else, at least one pull-up. Not even a chin-up, but a pull-up for sure.
And what exercises are you doing to build up towards that?
So I'm using the assisted machine.
Yes.
And I am graduating now to the resistance band. And then I do negative chin-ups as well.
Okay, and are you doing this all by yourself, or are you working with one of the trainers?
I'm working by myself.
Okay, awesome. So that's really good. I think you're on the right track. I can't wait to hear when you get that first pull-up. As for innovation, so at TriFit, we're always trying to introduce new things. Like you said, you've been a member at other gyms here in Karachi. How do you find TriFit introducing new concepts or new products into the fitness spectrum from your point of view?
Robyn, a few days ago, actually, I've been here a while. A few days ago, I tried I actually got a physiotherapy session. And I have had physiotherapy done before because I end up, something or the other gets out of alignment, and a
12-hour working day, I'd imagine you're beaten and broken.
So I met with a physiotherapist here, and I kid you not, by the end of the session, I didn't do it, but I wanted to kiss her hands because there's been a perpetual pain in my left knee, a little bit in the lower back. I'm not going to say that it's completely fixed, but she was truly phenomenal.
Okay, awesome.
And so I'm going to book a few more sessions for...
oh, that's lovely. And it's always nice because recovery is also a really, really good part. I mean, you're obviously working hard. You come to the gym, you're putting yourself under a lot more stress in a positive way.
Yeah.
But the body does need some downtime. So I'm really glad that you've been able to find that with us. Mental and physical fitness. Have you experienced anything spectacular that you feel is worthwhile sharing?
So I actually really want to say this to people. Don't come to the gym just to lose weight, especially women. Come to build muscle, come to align your mind, body, soul. It's not a superficial thing that you incorporate in your life. It's a lifestyle choice you make. And for us, for women, we start losing muscle very quickly. So build muscle, be strong, make sure your mind is aligned with your body, and find peace here. Don't come here because you want to punish your body for eating something that you shouldn't have eaten. But also remember that you can't outrun or out-exercise a bad diet.
100%. Nutrition definitely is a big part of with that. And do you follow any nutrition plans specifically, or are you just going based on intuition? You spoil yourself a little here or there? How do you find your way with this?
So I do a lot more protein than I do carbs, but I have a sugar addiction. So I treat myself more often than I should.
Me too. Don't worry, we all do. And the food in Karachi is so good, so I can only imagine how difficult
it's really not the food. It's a chocolate cake, it's a dessert, I have a sugar addiction.
Oh, okay, no, well, welcome to the club. You're not alone. And as long as you're keeping fit, everything in moderation is not a bad thing. So something else that I'd like to know from you is, with your role as an actress, have you found that you've had to train for anything specific to meet the requirements of any of the roles you have?
I wish.
Nothing. So nothing that physical yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once a while ago, I played a cop in a show, in a serial, and so I trained and I ran because we shot in Nepal, so I had to run uphill chasing criminals.
Ooh, yeah.
Which was fantastic because
Yes.
it gave me that boost. I made it all about, oh, I'm doing this for work, so I could train as hard as I wanted to without actually getting embarrassed that this is all I'm doing with my time. So I think that's the only time when I've really trained for a character.
Okay. So if you're ever running away from Ayesha, be warned, she's trained for it. She's ready. She's going to catch you.
That was a while ago, though. That was a while
You'll get
back.
there in no time. The body remembers. And then we at TriFit offer over 300 group exercise classes a week in all of our clubs. So have you attended any of our classes? Are there any of the classes that you enjoy specifically and incorporate into your day-to-day or weekly routine?
Okay, so I'm going to be honest about this also. When I come to the gym, I do talk to people. I've made some friends upstairs. They've got members that come around the same time I do. But the idea is that this is my alone time.
Okay.
I don't want to be part of a group, or so I focus solely on what I'm doing. And
Yes.
I strength train.
Yes.
So I feel like for that, I don't need to be in a group. I can do it on my own.
I'd also imagine with acting, you also like
very much spotlight and always switched on for people. So this is your downtime. So I think that's also, I think, where you're coming from, where you also just want to shut down, not have to smile and be friendly all the time.
Although
we are friendly,
very friendly at the gym.
Sometimes it's just good to shut down, and if you just want to have a little bit of alone time, some peace and quiet, I think training creates a good space for that. So have you had any encounters with any of our personal trainers and signed up with any of them, or what is your overall on personal training as a whole?
Robyn, so I would love some personal training, but again, like focusing on things myself. But there have been times when one or the other, or one trainer would come to me if I'm doing something wrong, especially with my deadlift form, is sometimes I can't keep my spine neutral, keep it aligned. So if they see me do something that is painful or that would hurt me, they'll come running to fix it.
Yes.
And then I do ask them, when I'm incorporating new exercises in my regimen, I ask them if my posture is correct, and they come in, look over.
Awesome.
However, I really want to tell people, if they are starting their weightlifting strength training journey, please don't do it alone. Make sure you have a personal trainer who introduces you to all the machines, so you know the right posture. You don't end up hurting your joints, your elbows, your knees. And don't underestimate the power of someone who has knowledge of the subject, which we do, because if you think that a machine just means raising your leg on the leg raisers, it's that simple, it's really not.
No.
And I don't mean to frighten people, but if there is a trained staff at the gym, ask them, use them, hire them, train with them for a couple of months, and then go on your own.
100%. What we actually do for our members when they sign up, we give them what we call a Be Strong session. And then we've also reintroduced a system called Motivate, where it's almost a rewards program where they consistently go through different products we have in the gym so that they can better understand and be introduced to the gym. So for those who maybe cannot afford personal training, that's a nice process for them. And then we always encourage them to take personal trainer guidance from a personal trainer within the gym. So yeah, you're definitely right with what you're saying there. So you mentioned deadlifts. So you're quite into strength training, as you've highlighted clearly. What is your next strength goal apart from pull-ups? Any PRs, anything like significant we want to brag about?
There is a lot.
Let it out.
There's a lot. I want to fix my deadlift posture first before I get to the 110 kgs.
What's been your heaviest so far?
I can't tell you that. I'm keeping everything really closely monitored till I achieve these goals. Then I'm going to start posting them as well. But deadlifts, better deadlifts, chin-ups, pull-ups, push-ups, body weight exercises. And then I wouldn't mind abs, but for that I have to
cut back on the sugar.
Yes.
The enemy.
Yes.
The frenemy, because it's our bestie. She soothes us when we need her, but she doesn't do the great things for the body.
But we need
a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do a little bit more. Right. So it sounds like you're trying to lay down a lot of foundations on the basic fundamentals on strength, which is definitely an excellent place to start. And with the role that you had as a cop, as you mentioned, a little bit of running. So that's very exciting. Now, with your experience in the other gyms, how would you compare the layout and the spaciousness and the variety of equipment that we have within TriFit to some of the other gyms you've been to?
I don't think I'll make a comparison. I won't. First, the place is clinically clean, which I love. I've come at different times when there are heavy classes and a lot of people in the gym, but I've never found it dirty. The weights, if the members should be racking their weights themselves, but if they're not racked, I see people on the floor taking care of things. The bathrooms are clinically clean. I love that. I love the cleanliness part, because Karachi is not an easy city, so it's a tough job. So that's fantastic. And then what I love in the women's gym is that wall of windows, so you can look at the beach. It doesn't have that dingy, closed-in feel to it. So I'm not going to compare TriFit with any other gym.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we've definitely got some highlights that you've mentioned. And which is the training space that you're using the most? Is it purely the strength area? Seaview, we've got the upstairs and the downstairs floor. Would you say you get a good split between the two, or are you mainly just sticking to one area?
I am mainly sticking to one area, but I'm trying to come down to the cardio floor as well.
Okay.
I think cardio is important too. I need a little bit of that as well.
I'm definitely going to put the challenge out to you to try and attend one class. Just
Okay.
one class.
Okay, sure.
Just to explore the gym and get the maximum
Sure.
benefit out of it. So if there was one type of training that you would say is missing in your routine, something you would like to do more of, you quite covered in the strength area. Regarding the type of classes we obviously have dance classes, we've got some boxing classes, we've got indoor cycling, we've got a couple of strength classes and a few cardio classes, then we've got our stretch and low intensity side of things. You mentioned you want abs, perhaps you attend a core class?
Actually, ideally, I would like to attend a mobility and stretching class.
So we have yoga here at the Seaview Club, so you're more than welcome to attend that, as well as a stretch and mobility class with one of our in-house trainers. I definitely love to hear how that goes once it's happened, so please do get back to me on that. Well, Ayesha, it has been lovely getting to know you and to hear a little bit about your experience here at TriFit. If you have any parting words to possibly share with viewers and tell them one last thing about TriFit, if they're still considering joining TriFit or if they're not sure where to go, why would TriFit be the choice for them? Please feel free to share.
You have space for women, and women mostly fear judgment. We are scared of taking space. And when it comes to the way we look, there are many insecurities. Once you come into a space that is safe and it's productive, you actually end up seeing yourself differently. And it's very strange. I didn't realize it myself till I spent a little bit time here. And honestly, now I prefer being in a segregated space where I can focus on myself instead of focusing on what other people will say or who's looking at me or who's not. So come give it a try. Fitness is a journey. It shouldn't just be a goal. It's a journey. So come join TriFit and be on this journey.
No, thank you so much. And we love having you here in TriFit.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear how your stretch and mobility class goes and to hear about when that pull-up happens. And I will be keeping a close watch for that deadlift PR post because we got to get the goals. We got to get the results. So thank you so much for your time today, Ayesha. It was lovely speaking to you. Thank you for watching and have a great day.